Welcome back. So in this session, we are going to begin working on our VPC networking environment for our cafe business. And it is worth to note that a VPC has already been created for us. And to appreciate the creation of the VPC, I recommend you watch the previous video that we did on creating a VPC to appreciate this. So currently there is a VPC that has been created. So I will draw this VPC. Okay, so this is the VPC that is already provisioned for us, and the IP is 10.0.0.0/16. So this is the current VPC that we have. So what we are going to do is to now create subnets, right? And the name is, let me just put the name here, lab VPC. So this is what we have for our VPC. So I'll navigate to VPCs, and you can see this is the lab VPC that has been created for us. If I should select it, we'll appreciate a few things. So DNS host names has been enabled, DNS resolution is enabled, right? There is a route table, a main route table that has been configured for this VPC, and there is a network access control list, a default one that has been also configured for the VPC. Great. So now what we are going to do is to create our subnet. So I'll head to subnet, and we'll create our first subnet, that is the public subnet. Okay, so lab VPC, and the name is public subnet. The availability zone we'll put it in the US East 1A, and for the CIDR block we'll have 10.0.0.0/24. Great. So this is our public subnet, and in the previous video I explained that the name you give to the subnet doesn't do anything to the subnet. So the fact that we named it a public subnet doesn't make it a public subnet. It is the configurations that we do that indeed make it a public subnet. Alright, so I'll go back to my drawing, and I'll add the subnet to that. So we have first created our public subnet. So this is our public subnet. Okay, nice. And the IP is awesome. Now what we want to do next is to create you know that now we have our VPC and our public subnet, but currently none of them have internet access. Okay, so what we are going to do next is to now create an internet gateway and attach it to the VPC, and then we'll configure a route table to route internet bound traffic to the internet gateway. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go to my subnet, and here I'll go to internet gateway, and I'll create an internet gateway from here. Okay, I'll just name it lab internet gateway, and I'll create this. I'll go ahead and attach it to the VPC. Attach it. So this is attached. So I will go back to my drawing, and I'll add an internet gateway to this VPC. Okay, so we have an internet gateway attached to the VPC. So let me rename it lab internet gateway. So now what's next is that I'll go to my route tables, and I'll configure the route table to route internet bound traffic to the internet gateway, and I'll associate this with the public subnet. So I'll just scroll here to see the route table that was associated with my lab VPC. I'll edit the route, and I'll add another route and say route internet bound traffic to my internet gateway, and use the lab internet gateway. So I'll save. Great. So once that is saved, I'll go back to my drawing, and then I'll search for route table. So first of all, let me just associate it with my public subnet. So I'll edit associations and associate it. Since this is routing traffic to the public internet, or public bound internet traffic to the internet gateway. So currently we have a route table. So this is where we'll end in our networking environment architecture. I'll end the video here, and I'll see you in the next task to deploy a Bastion host and also configure a security group that will allow only one IP address to access the Bastion host. So see you in the next video.